Boxing fans, what we witnessed between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach wasn't just a fight. It was a storm of skill, grit, drama, and controversy that has the entire boxing world buzzing. From the opening bell to the final decision, this was one of those rare matchups where underdog defiance collided with superstar pressure. And the result? A fight that no one can stop talking about. Let's take it back to the beginning. Gervonta Davis came into this fight as one of the most feared punchers in the sport. Unbeaten, unshaken, unstoppable, or so people thought, with a record that looks like a hit list and a highlight reel that features bodies hitting the canvas like bowling pins. Tank is a force of destruction. Every time he steps in the ring, fans don't just expect a win, they expect violence. Explosive, unforgiving, violence. But Lamont Roach? He didn't read that script. The DC native, often labeled as a technical boxer with heart but not the power to deal with someone like Davis, came in with something to prove. People counted him out from the second the fight was announced. They said he was too small, too light-hitting, too cautious. But Roach didn't show up to survive. He showed up to challenge everything we thought we knew about Gervonta Davis. From the very first round, Roach made his intentions crystal clear. He wasn't going to run. He wasn't going to play defense and hope to last the distance. No, Roach stepped to Tank with a sharp jab, quick footwork, and the kind of confidence that made the crowd sit up in their seats. He was catching Davis, early with clean shots, timing him on the way in and using angles that made even Tank hesitate. And that right there was the first sign that this night was going to be different. As the early rounds ticked by, it became clear that Roach wasn't just surviving, he was competing. Some even say he was winning. Round 3? Roach landed a crisp right hand that stunned Davis and had the crowd gasping. For the first time in a long time, Tank looked human. Roach followed up with a flurry, staying composed, not overextending, but making a statement. He belonged in that ring. But you know how it goes. With Gervonta Davis, danger is always one punch away. And sure enough, in round 6, the tide turned. Tank had been downloading data, watching Roach's movements, waiting for the perfect moment, and when it came, bang! A left hand detonated on Roach's jaw like a grenade. Roach hit the canvas hard. The arena erupted. Commentators lost their minds, and fans around the world thought, that's it, game over. But Roach did the unthinkable. He got up, shaken but not broken. Roach beat the count. And not only did he survive the round, he came back fighting. He weathered the storm, used smart clinches, moved his head, and even fired back combinations that showed his heart was still fully in it. From that point on, the fight became a chess match with fists, Roach using technique, Davis using timing, the crowd watching every exchange like a powder keg about to explode. Then came round 9, and this is where the controversy ignited like wildfire. Midway through the round, Roach landed another massive right hand. It was clean, it was powerful, and for a split second, Tank wobbled. Yes, you heard that right. Davis, the Tank, the destroyer, the unbeaten knockout artist, his legs buckled. The momentum was swinging hard in Roach's direction, and the crowd could feel it. But before Roach could follow up, the referee stepped in. He paused the action, not to give a count, not to stop the fight, but to warn Roach for a supposed low blow. The replay showed it clearly. Roach had landed a body shot that was borderline at worst, but far from illegal. Still, the ref issued a warning and gave Davis a few precious seconds to recover. And just like that, the moment was gone. Fans in the arena booed. Social media exploded. Hashtags started flying. Your robbery, protecting Tank. Let them fight. The fight continued, but the energy had shifted. Roach tried to press the action again, but the rhythm was off. Tank, ever the veteran, regained control, kept his composure, and began walking Roach down with more intent. Rounds 10 through 12 were tight. Davis landed the heavier shots. Roach stayed busier, landing more punches overall, but not necessarily the cleaner ones. It was a true battle of styles. Power versus precision. Flash versus fundamentals. And when that final bell rang, both men raised their hands, but only one got the nod. The judges returned with a unanimous decision, Gervonta Davis. The scores were wide, maybe too wide. The crowd reaction was mixed. Some cheered, many booed. Roach looked stunned, like someone who had just given everything and still came up short. Davis, cool and composed, raised his belt and reminded the cameras, still undefeated. But the debate had already started. Was the decision fair? Did Roach really do enough to take the belt off the champion? Or were the scorecards a reflection of boxing's eternal bias toward the bigger name, the bigger puncher, the bigger draw? Let's talk about it. Statistically, the fight was razor close. Punch stats showed Roach landing more jabs, more total punches, and being more active overall. Davis, as expected, had the edge in power punches and landed at a higher percentage. But many observers felt that Roach controlled more of the action, dictated the pace, and landed enough clean shots to at least make the decision a split, or even swing it in his favor. Then there's the referee's call in round 9. That moment changed the fight. Roach had Davis hurt. Momentum was on his side, and the interruption gave Davis a lifeline. Whether intentional or not, that pause robbed Roach of what could have been the most important moment of the fight. Boxing is no stranger to controversial decisions. We've seen legends get robbed. We've seen underdogs outbox champions and still not get the win. And unfortunately, this fight now joins that long list of what-ifs. But regardless of the decision, one thing is crystal clear. Lamont Roach earned respect. He came in as a massive underdog, and he fought the fight of his life. He showed courage, skill, and most of all, heart. This wasn't a man who was just happy to share the ring with Gervonta Davis. This was a man who came to win. As for Davis, the win keeps his undefeated streak alive, but it also raises questions. Is he slipping? Did Roach expose some flaws? Or did Davis simply have an off night against a crafty opponent who brought a unique style? Whatever the answer is, one thing's for sure, Tank is still dangerous, still elite, but maybe not invincible. After the fight, both men addressed the media. Davis downplayed the controversy, saying he felt in control and wasn't hurt. Roach, on the other hand, was more vocal. He questioned the referee's timing, called out the scorecards, and made it clear he wants a rematch. And honestly, so do the fans. Because this wasn't just another Gervonta Davis win. This was a fight that made people talk. It stirred emotion. It divided opinions. It made fans argue in barbershops, comment sections, and Twitter threads. And that's what great fights do. They leave a mark. Now the question is, what's next? For Davis, there's still a long line of challengers. Names like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and even a possible super fight with Ryan Garcia again loom on the horizon. But after this performance, the aura of invincibility might have taken a hit. Fighters who once feared Tank might now believe he can be beaten. And that changes everything. For Lamont Roach, this loss may become his biggest win in the long run. He proved he can hang with the best. He turned skeptics into believers. And most importantly, he gained fans. A rematch would sell. A return would draw attention. And if nothing else, he showed the boxing world that he's not just a good fighter, he's a serious problem. But before we move on to what's next, we've got to ask you, the fans, what do you think? Did Roach do enough to win? Was the referee's call in round 9 fair? Were the judges influenced by Davis's star power? Or was this just another tough, close fight where the champion edged it out? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're diving into them all. And hey, if you love real boxing talk, if you love breakdowns without the BS, and if you want to be part of the most passionate boxing community on YouTube, smash that like button, subscribe this channel Glove Punch, and turn on those notifications. Because this channel is where real fight fans come to talk real fights. Until next time, stay sharp, stay focused, and remember, boxing isn't just about who wins. It's about who shows up and makes you feel something. And tonight, both Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach gave us a fight to remember.